Hello, probably many of you interested in what's going on behind the scene, how it creates movie and so on. So I try to share my experience as I work as actor for quite a long time and seen a lot of different production for really big movies, a huge budget like 100 and 200 millions and really low budget. But usually about low cost production is not much interesting, except the way how the film shooting. Because you need to be more creative if you don't have enough money for show all of the things you want to show. So usually people just try to kill everything with the close-ups because they cannot show on a wide lens all of the crowds, people in a great fights and other things, or just swapped it with the visual effects and other computer graphics, so make it cool, that's it. And if you've been in a Universal studio or any other studios like where it's make movie in India or somewhere in China, so you can see like how big scale of everything for certain things, if of course they have a certain budget. For make only small thing what might take few minutes, they build like all of the streets and with all of the houses, and even inside they have like everything like furniture and other stuff for make some shooting inside. But basically everything is like not real, it's like made from cardboard, and all of the cheap materials can be just the plastics or just tiny woods and everything, and they make it only for 1 week or so, and some construction after the rain they just really damage. But some constructions it's made really from stones and bricks and concrete, and it makes like for years. And if someone been in some cinema studios, they see all of this big construction like fake pyramids and so on. It's like really amazing how much money people spend just for making a movie, and it's 100 people's work, like hundreds of people working. For example, in certain scenes like fighting scenes, and whereas a lot of people, especially historical movies, can be like each day work 100 of staff and maybe 500 or 700 extra people who work on a background, like all of the people working in the morning, whatever, everything you see in the movies. And a costume, of course, you need to make like hundreds of costumes and make all of the decoration, and it's everything about vehicles. So I've been in many movies, and sometimes like make a fake puppet, just everything painted, and from far away you cannot realize it's real or not. And even like furniture, brand real furniture, and the menu is real as well. Like they printed all of the details inside, like so many tiny details, so it's made like really impressive. So when you watch it just on the screen, it just for me looks real, and you know like how much work it's been behind. It's like really a lot of work. So a lot of designers for make same printed stuff and so on. And I'm more amazed when it shoot historic movies, because some costume is really great. Of course, I saw like a lot of mistakes and people who don't know the history. So for example, some Chinese warrior costumes, it's not the same, and it should be clothes for 17th centuries or 16th centuries and not suitable as well. But many people don't know because maybe they don't have budget for it, or maybe have another costumes and so on. But some films it make like really precise. For instance, in like costume of Spartanians, so actually it's not how it was in real, same like Vikings. So in our imagination, now we know they have a helmet, you know, it's serpent in a certain style, but in reality it wasn't. So maybe some of the crazy guy was super stylish and so now. And it's many details like that, so people, and many details, so people thought it was in a certain way, but no, it's just a certain design of creators and so on. So not believe everything in the movie. So let's come back to the historic movies. I was in few, and all of the streets and roads built, and the trains, yeah, even fake trains and even the fake animals. So people who construct everything, build everything, and make these fake animals from far away. You cannot realize the difference. You need to come really close to see it's like really artificial. And it's when you check it by your own eyes, but on a camera you cannot recognize the difference. Even like in a theater or movie, if it's really close up and you can see just not a metal, it's a plastic or wooden or just painted stuff. So you use like a certain light, and with a certain light it looks like pretty natural. So it's almost impossible for realize the difference. But now with high resolution cameras, like 4K cameras, it's like super sharp. So now it's more difficult for creative for them to see differences. So with the high resolution cameras you can see it's fake or not, so it's more complicated for make all of that weapons and freak blood and everything for looks more or less real. And when you go in shooting like every day, so you see a lot of super costumes like from 3050 years in the future, and everywhere's a blue screen, and after you check it out, like you're in outer space and so on. But still, sometimes you can want to shoot in something amazing, like wow. For instance, cars. Like cars, what was 100 years ago, and all of the old street style and so on. And some cars is fake, made from plastic or cardboard. But from few meters distance, you cannot realize the difference. But when you come closer, you're like, wow, it's like so great job. And it's many things like that. But some production, when I was in China, on an action movie, they like hit a real plane. It's small plane, but still, they bought the old plane and just blow it up like crazy. Same a train, they take some old train and just crush it. And crush a lot of cars, and it doesn't matter it's old, it's like for make some silly things they spend so much money for looks cool or cool. Low cost they just make on the graphics and don't keep much attention on it. And if someone watch old movies, they make like small cars and crush it, but it looks so badly. And yeah, about the consumerism, these cars, what older than 100 years ago, it's all of the parts, it's natural and it still works, and it still works well. One guy, he go on a car, like an old car, he drove to the set on a car. It's like amazing, everything still works. And nowadays cars, like, after 10 years became rubbish. So no one tried to get a better quality, just making money. And some old car, yes, they just take bring from one set to another one, just load it on a van and just transfer it. But some owners who just give cars for rent for the set, they're just driving. They sometimes still driving. Like it's crazy. Yeah, and weapons. Like a lot of fighting scenes with the weapons and swords. A lot of real weapons, real swords, real guns with real bullets. Now, most of the sets you use like fake bullets, but sometimes when you need to shoot trees or something, like you check everything fine and shoot with a real one. So on some fighting scenes with a lot of weapons. And some team come for the army and stunt team look for the safety and ambulance and so on. And it's good if all of it have it, because in low production sometimes have no safety, no team who look for it and so on. So it might be like absolutely crazy. So probably in next video I'll show you some like maybe more about so maybe I'll show you some more about film studios, how it looks like, and maybe some more fake stuff and so on. Maybe show how it's working process going. But usually company who make a film, they have certain people who make like behind the scene, and for anyone else it's not allowed for record anything because it's like copyright law. And before release the film, it should be like a mystery, so no one should know what is going on there, what should be like only trailer and only information what they published and so on. But after the release, usually they show a film, how it made it. And for me, sometimes it seems like some directors, they have a competition who make the coolest project, who spend more money, who bring more extra people on the background, or make the craziest fight, or spend more time on a certain scene and so on. And Chinese movies, sometimes they spend 1 month for create like few minutes fighting scenes to make it really cool, make it like one or just two shots, not like American style, they make 20 shots just for save time and money. And it's like really crazy, and they have like it seems like a competition about craziest decoration and so on, and that's why they show this behind the scenes movie. Like some of them looks much more interesting than movie what they done, but in nowadays with a huge budget, some films it's like really cool. And afterwards you can see some people who came from cinema and said, oh, that film was success. Just 1,000 people work on it, maybe a few months or even 1 year. It's films that sucks. Yeah, I'm agreed. A lot of films like with no good story, with no much sense, and just only special effects, not much acting, and so on. But still, a lot of films, when you watch it, it's really good story, it's really good acting, it's really good decoration, and you really just dive in the film. And the director is really good showing the idea of the film, what's going on. But still, it's just a way of show the scenes of a certain person. So maybe that's why I enjoy read books, because in the books you just have information and you might create other pictures what more suitable to you compared to the films. Whereas you see the picture what shows someone's mind, but still it's has some message of drama or maybe comedy or certain action and honor and whatever. And when I start working in movie production, so basically my mind a bit changed now. When I watch some films, usually I don't like really stupid films, but if it's really good suggestions and I know like company who make it or directors make it good films, I watch it and I make attention on like a lot of different things, like how backgrounds works and how stunting works, and all of the like costume, how it's made, and if it's suitable for certain period of time on art and decoration, and even like a blue screen things. Yeah, so it's really important, especially if it's like science fiction film or so on, because sometimes like people not really good with graphic and you can see like all of the background, it's like so fake, and probably many of you saw it, and like one person just staying here and another frame to appear in another place, and gun just the different colors and so on. So many mistakes. Yeah, but it's because movies sometimes they shoot like a few months and it's impossible for remember everything. It's even a huge team and even a lot of people who check everything, and probably most difficult work for people who mount it, for make a post-production, for make everything like decent and precise. So I just try to say, so any film, even short film or low budget film, or doesn't matter, it's a lot of work, even for right scenario, find the location, find the good actors, for make a casting for them, and so on and so on. And it's everything just for entertainment, just for you have a good time, for you just enjoy the movie. So okay, I try to make even more cool videos about. If you're interested, just check it out and see you soon.